Good morning, students. Let's begin our social science class. In continuation of NCERT History, chapter The Rise of Nationalism in Europe, today's contents the strange case of Britain, and second, visualizing the nation. When we talk about a strange case of Britain, through this map we identify the picture is given over here United Kingdom of Great Britain. And if we see carefully in North Scotland and in Middle England and then Wales and then Ireland. All together Scotland, England, Wales and Ireland came to known as United Kingdom. How this thing possible we are going to discuss through the content. The unification of Britain. In Britain, the formation of the nation state was not the result of sudden upheaval or revolution. It was the result of a long drawn out process. Here, to see, Great Britain was such a country, it didn't have to fight a war to become a nation state. There was no British nation prior in 18th century. The primary identities of the people who inhabited the British Isles were ethnic ones such as English, Wales, Scottish or Irish. This is the picture of English, Wales, Scottish and Irish. All of these ethnic groups had their own culture and political traditions, but as the English nations steadily grew in wealth, importance, and power, it was able to extend its influence over the other nations of the island. And how the English nation steadily grew wealth and power? Due to industrialization and imperialism. The English had a lot of power as they ruled many colonies. But this was not enough for them. They want more. They wanted to rule the other parts of the British Isles, that is Scotland, then Wales, as well as Ireland. The Act of Union made this possible. Now, what is Act of Union? The English Parliament, which had seized power from the monarchy in 1688 at the end of protracted conflict, that was the instrument through which a nation state, which England at its center, came to be forged. The English Parliament as gained power and seized the monarchical system in 1688. Then they passed the Act of Union 1707 between England and Scotland. That resulted in the formation of United Kingdom of Great Britain. Meant in effect that England was able to impose its influence on Scotland. Now onwards, Scotland considered to be part of England and both together considered as United Kingdom of Great Britain. The Act of Union, the United Kingdom of Great Britain was formed. They banned Scottish language and culture. When we talk about Scottish language and culture, it includes language, dress, and their ethnicity, all. The British Parliament was henceforth dominated by English members. The growth of British identity meant that Scotland's distinctive culture and political institutions were systematically suppressed. The Catholic clans that inhabited the Scottish Highlands suffered terrible repression whenever they attempt to assert their independence. Means whenever Scottish people wants to carry forward their culture, it was suppressed by English people. The Scottish Highlanders were forbidden to speak their Gaelic language or wear the national dress, and large number were forcibly driven out of their homeland. So this is repression by English people towards the Scottish. The Scots were not only ones who had problem with the English. There is another part. The English wanted to control the Irish as well. Ireland has two groups of Christian, one is Catholic and the other is Protestant. The Catholic and the Protestant did not get along, means they are not living together. They have jealousy in between of they are enemies of their ideology. The English helped the Protestant to become powerful in Ireland. The Catholic uh, didn't want the Protestant or English to rule Ireland. They want that to these community. merge us into England. So they want to remain aloof with English and Protestant. They revolt against the English, but they failed. After a failed revolt led by the Wolfe Tone and his United Irishmen 1798, means Catholic leaders Wolfe Tone and Irishmen 1798, Ireland was forcibly incorporated into United Kingdom in 1801. So the revolt led by Wolfe Tone in favor of Catholic, those who don't want to merge Ireland into England, failed, and then it is forcible incorporated submerged into United Kingdom in 1801. A new British nation was forced through the propagation of the dominant English culture. The symbol of the New Britain, now after the United Kingdom formation, the new symbol introduced by the government. What are these? Its flag was known as Union Jack. Its national anthem was God Save Our Noble King. The English language were actively promoted. Older nations survived only as subordinate partners in this union. Question related to this: how was the history of nationalism in Britain unlike the rest of Europe? What you will write: in Britain, there were no nation state, and then there is the primary identity by the people of English Wales and Scottish Irish. Then you are going to explain the Act of Union, and then you are going to explain how the Ireland incorporated in United Kingdom, and last the symbol which is made by English nation for entire United Kingdom. This is the answer of this question. Now, next topic is visualizing the nation. Visualization means when ideals are shown through a specific object or symbol, it is known as visualization. Artists in 18th and 19th century found a way out by personifying a nation. In other words, they represented a country as if it is were a person. Nations were then portrayed as a female figure. The female form that was chosen to personify the nation did not stand for any particular woman in real life. Rather, it sought to give the abstract idea of the nation concrete form. That is, the female figure became an allegory of the nation. Means nation portrayed by the artist in the form of female figure, and it is known as allegory. Allegory is a phenomena in which an abstract idea is represented through a person or thing. Marigny is a name, female figure which represents the Republic of France, shows liberty and stand with tricolor. The postage stamps of 1850, the allegory of Marigny in France. Now, features of Marigny, the French Revolution artist, used the female allegory to portray ideas such as liberty, justice, and republic. These ideas were represented through a specific object of symbol. The attributes of liberty are red cap or broken chain, while justice is generally folded women carrying a pair of swinging scale. Female allegories was invented by artists in the 19th century to represent the nation. In France, she was Christian Marigny, a popular Christian name which underlined the idea of people's nation. Her characteristics were drawn from those of liberty and republic, the red cap, the tricolor, the cockade. Statues of Marigny were erected in the public square to remain the public of the national symbol of unity and to pursue them to identify it. Marigny images were marked on coins and stamps. Now, another example of allegory here, Germania is standing with the oak leaf on her hand and flag of Germany in the background. Germania became the allegory of the German nation. In visual representations, Germany wears a crown of oak leaves as the German stand for heroism. We can see some other symbol which represent the visualizing the nation. Broken chain means being freed. Breastplate with eagle means the symbol of German Empire is strength. The crown of oak leaf means heroism. And olive branch around the sword means willingness to make peace. Black, red, and gold tricolor flag of the liberal nationalists in 1848 banned by the dukes of the German states. Rays of the rising sun means beginning of a new era. Question related to this topic: who were Maniri and Germania? What was the importance of the way in which they were portrayed? 3 mark question. So that's all for today. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.